that shit, girl, I don't need it. From the start, I've been out here fighting demons, I got all the answers. Baby, you a dancer, shawty, she a kisser, but she ain't got no manners. You having the time of your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Brosketeers podcast. I'm your host, Isaac Cruz, a podcast produced by Ricardo Luna and Christopher Diaz, hosted by me, your host, Isaac Cruz, and written by me, your host, Isaac Cruz. And today, the fight that I just watched. Today's the Brosport segment, and, well, the fight that I just watched. Wow. And also a fight, but I will resume it, and I will give my thoughts on it right now. Because right now, the Brosketeers podcast will begin.
You took my heart, fuck that shit, girl, I don't need it. You took my heart, fuck that shit, girl, I don't need it. From the start, I've been out here fighting demons, I got all the answers. Baby, you a dancer, shawty, she a kisser, but she ain't got no manners. You took my heart, fuck that shit, girl, I don't need it. From the start, I've been out here fighting demons, I got all the answers. Baby, you a dancer, shawty, she a kisser, but she ain't got no manners. You having the time of your life, and I'ma let you. I know the timing ain't right, but I can't forget you. You took my heart, fuck that shit, girl, I don't need it. From the start, I've been out here fighting demons, I got all the answers. Baby, you a dancer, shawty, she a kisser, but she ain't got no manners. Who have you become? You'll have to find another way. Baby girl, the one, but go find another heart to break. I need more, I need answers. Every time I ask you, you just shrug and put your hands up. This money make me
So, ladies and gentlemen, the fight between Conor McGregor and what's the guy's name? Diana Paris. I don't remember the guy's name. Anyway, I don't remember the guy's name. Because I saw it, but I just don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, hard to fucking pronounce. So anyway, the fight started simple. I'm gonna resume the fight to y'all. The fight started simple. It begins introducing them. They get the entrance, the whole thing. They started fighting. Conor McGregor throw the first few punches. The opponent. I want to say opponent because again, the freaking name is hard to pronounce. But anyway, Conor McGregor started through a few punches. The first few punches. The opponent blocked it. Keep throwing those punches. They slam. Then they started trying to get the kick. They started kicking one another. Then the first round was over. They go to the second round. It only lasted 2 rounds. He goes and the opponent. What's the opponent's name? Janier Pirate. It's hard to pronounce. I'm not gonna keep pronouncing it. But he goes and threw another kick, another punches. Then Conor McGregor throws another punches, to the point where his opponent put him against the fences, and throwing against the fences, like they right there against those walls right there, and in the attack, and then they got the opponent started punching, boom, boom, and punching, to the point where, of course, Conor got knocked out. And something interesting in the fight is, well, not interesting but painful. he broke his I think he's twisted his feet, like broke his legs. Um, and that's the part, you know. It was a short fight. It was not a fight like wow, what a fucking fight, but it was a fight that um was really freaking short, and I believe that well his opponent make or great step in his career because I mean beating Conor. This is my thought. Like beating Conor McGregor is a big deal for every UFC fight. I'm talking about Conor McGregor is a big UFC fighter, one of the greatest, and to beat him, to beat the fuck out of him and knock him out the right way, no cheating, no nothing. You know what I mean? It's a great accomplishment to every UFC fighter, and I mean UFC fighter. I don't mean someone that they put like they do on the thriller fight clubs that they put people that are not boxers to fight and they think that the greatest in history. You know what I mean? Come on, that's not it. That's not the thing. Um. Anyway. So yeah, it was a great success to Priori. Priori. I know his last name. It sounds like. God damn! I keep fucking Priori. Um. Wait, today's Sunday. It's white out. Prior. Uh-huh. And come on, I believe it was short fight, but it was a great success with Prior. And yeah, I mean, it's my thoughts in it. Here's the thing. Like I said, a great success to Prior. Uh, and it's something to that will push Prior in his career. Um, to the good. I'm talking about man. This is gonna boost up his career. And now the thing is, he proved himself for sure. He proved himself for sure that he can be one of the greatest. So he proven to be one of the greatest. So I'm sure from now on he's gonna fight the greatest people in UFC history because he's proven himself that he's the greatest just by beating one of the greatest UFC fighters in UFC history. So by that, there's no excuses. He just proved his best. Even though it was a short fight, and it was a fight that was really short, and it wasn't like a big wow. It was a good fight, an awesome fight, like, but it wasn't like a big wow. And I believe that um he just pushed himself without limits just by doing that. And from now on, I'm sure that he's gonna fight one of the greatest because he's proven himself that he's one of the greatest. Because that's the thing. Now, when you beat someone that's one of the greatest, you prove yourself you're one of the greatest. You know what I mean? It just, you know, there's just no excuses to such a, you know, there's no excuses to prove that he can't fight someone that's the greatest in UFC history because he just beat one of the greatest in UFC history. You know, you just beat someone who's the greatest. And so, I believe that you have no excuses. Like, you can say you're not a great UFC fighter. You can say, oh, I can't fight him. You can't fight him, but you fought Conor McGregor and you beat him. So for sure, you've proven yourself that you're one of the greatest. Because, you know, You push yourself up. And you did your best at your best. You know what I mean? That's really important. You did your best at your best. That's one of the important things in your career. You did your best at your best. What I mean by that is work hard. And the words that said themselves, your best at your best, do your best, be the greatest. Just be the greatest. Be the best and be the greatest in whatever the field is, whether acting, whether just radio or sports, or just be the best at greatest and be the greatest. I believe that's what Priory did to Conor McGregor. He proved that he's just the greatest. He beat Conor and he boosted his career up, and everybody was like, making a big deal about it because just think about it. You're a UFC fighter and you're fighting one of the greatest UFC fighters in the history of UFC, and you beat him the right way. No cheating, no I'm gonna change you up and I'm gonna knock you out. No, none of that. The right UFC way. Following all the UFC rules. And that's what Pryor did. Just, and he beat the hell out of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. Okay, my thoughts on Conor McGregor for now. I think his career just kind of changed. I'm not saying that he's still not a great fighter. He is a great fighter, and I'm sure he can still fight and win. But it took a change because people are now not gonna look at him the same because he already lost and fights, and he already got knocked down a few times. So if he keep going this one and that way, like he keep going that way and he keep going and going and going, I believe that there's gonna be a certain point where Conor it just gonna stop being Conor in the octagon. It just people are not gonna look at him the same. They're not gonna you know what I mean? It's just like John Cena, for example. And I know I'm putting a horrible example, but what do you want me to compare it to? I'm trying to explain here something here. John Cena, when he first came to the WWE, people loved him and was a star. To the times and times, even if he was still the good guy in WWE, people still boo him. People even boo him at his hometown, and people boo him all the time on his special events such as WrestleMania. Those important events that WWE do, because people just seem to see that John Cena. They don't look at John Cena the same because they just seem to see the guy. The guy never changes anything. It's just the same moves, the same special moves. The same. I don't really watch WWE anymore, so I don't really know. You can see me thing. I don't know much about it. Much. So people just start hating him. Because it just gets bored, and new generations come in. Like when I did the episode on, because I did the episode on the spotlight on people on whether people should on the new generation getting on the spotlight, and I realized that I realized that the new generations are getting the opportunity to it because people are getting tired of seeing the old people and and the same old thing. And it's like I said, people get tired of the same old thing. So, through times, I believe that Conor McGregor's career is gonna change. To an awesome, I mean a little bit of a bad way if he keeps if he keeps doing you know if he keeps losing the fights, and people are just gonna go, oh, this guy just people are not gonna bet on him, his fans are gonna be really disappointed, because that's the thing, but he has a great history and he's a great fighter still. But like I said, the new generation just come in, and a lot of it, just like Dino Papyro, just boosts itself up, um, just by this fight that he just won. He just won the fight of his lifetime. I'm talking about a huge win to his UFC career. Like I said, he was at his best, and he beat one of the greatest. It's just, just boost up his career. So I believe the Daniel Pyre's career is gonna change to the point that he just proved he's greatest, so he's gonna fight the greatest. And Conor McGregor, if he's still like that, there's gonna be a point where he's gonna have to either retire or he keeps fighting, and people are not gonna look at him the same. Because the fights I've been watching of Conor, he's been losing it. So I believe that his career it's kind of changed, and people are not gonna look at him like before, like they're gonna say, oh, you should have seen him when I was back in those days, because at the end of the day, they're all human beings, and whether they're not robots. So at the end of the day, they're gonna get old, and yeah. So if Conor McGregor spent years in the UFC, and now he's losing these fights, and his career is changing. So yeah, I believe that it was good for Pyre. His name is really hard to pronounce. Pyre, and it's pretty bad for McGregor. It's gonna change his career. I believe that McGregor should work out more. I know he's working out a lot, but I believe that Conor McGregor should work out more, and train way more. But for now, he should rest, because right now he twisted, like, it just, I don't know if he twisted it. He's like, man, to really bad. So yeah, I just believe that just changing his career a lot, and I'm sure that he's gonna need some rest. He's gonna need rest, and when he gets back, then he's gonna have to prove. He's gonna have to do better, and way better to improve. And when he gets back on the octagon, he needs to improve and put himself back into orbit. But it's a good change to Pyre for his career. So now he needs to get ready, because I'm sure that now it's gonna be put into fight with the greatest. He beat the greatest, so now his life is gonna change. His career, his life, in his career, it's gonna change. Because now they're gonna put him to fight with the greatest. He beat the greatest, so now he's gonna get more tough fights, and now he's gonna needs to get more tough now, because I'm sure that once he proved his best of his career, I'm sorry. It's just like college football when it's like when you get in football, high school you learn, you get better. You start you start JV, right? JV, the little league, where the freshmen are and the people that start, football. They teach them, and from that, if he's one of the greatest and one of the best, he gets moved to varsity, which varsity is the best high school football players are in varsity. I'm talking about this varsity football in high school is like the top football. Yeah, I'm talking about you got it. You know what I mean? Then if he plays good, then he gets a D1 offer from college. From college, again, they got JV, they got varsity, and then JV, then varsity. And things in college get tougher and tougher and tougher, right? This is not, now college is not tackle or high school. Now college is tackle because when they tackle you in high school, they tackle you tough, but I've seen that it's not that type of tackle that, that I have seen in college games sometimes, because I've seen some tough football tackles on defense when they're playing on college. So college, it gets tough. And then from college, if you get better and better, I'm telling you, you can get, once you get to the NFL draft, they get you there, and now things are gonna go. No high school football, no college football. Now it's professional national football. Now this is time for you to not joke around. This is time for you to get tougher. It's gonna fucking hurt. So it's gonna get tough. So that's what I'm saying. Every career, whether athlete, radio, or it gets tougher and tougher. And it's just like every career, It gets tougher and tougher. And I believe that it's good to have pressure. It's good to get, tougher. And tougher. Because it makes you want to be the best. The more tough you get, the best you'll be. The more pressure you get, the more you'll work, and the more tougher you get, and the best you'll be, the greatest you'll be, Because it's not easy, It's not like, it's not like, oh, it's gonna be fucking easy, Because not everybody would have done it. It's not easy for everything. And not everybody's made for football. Not everybody's made for radio. Not everybody, can teach. Not everybody can be a cop. It's just certain careers are not for everybody. For example, I wanted to be a pro wrestler before getting on the show business and started working on podcasting and all this stuff. And I tried my ass off. It didn't work for me. I'm telling you, I work out every day. I eat properly every day. I never miss a meal. I always got those proteins. I got the routine workout. I didn't get the results I wanted. And I tried, never got the results I wanted. The same thing with wrestling. I tried to remove everything. I got cut off. They cut me off. They said I wasn't gonna be good. They cut me off from every combat sports I wanted to do. I couldn't do football. They cut me off from football. And well, I don't want to make the whole show about me, but what I'm trying to tell you is, you'll find your path once. You'll find your path. You just gotta go. Just do it. But you'll find your path. Everybody finds what they're good at a certain point. Not right away. I mean, that's not like right away. Like you wake up one day under the sun and you say, "Oh, Jesus, I am a priest. Jesus, I am now a box." It just not doesn't work like that. And you know, you have to, you know, it's hard to find a path. And why that's why I say you gotta try things, you gotta do things, because if you don't try things, then you never know what you're good at. That's why that's why life has you this trying stuff, you know. Because you gotta find out what you're good at. If you're not, you know, if you never find out what you're good at, then oh, you know what I mean. I never knew I was good at this. I never knew I had a good voice for hosting, for radio, for podcasting. I never knew all this thing. So I'm kind of curious. Fun fact: some of my friends did tell me, you know, I said you got like a voice for voiceovers and radios. You know? But I never paid attention to that because I wanted to be athletic. But it couldn't work for me. It never worked for me being athletic. You know? Because I was this kind of fucking kid in high school who thought that being athletic was everything. I swear I was one of those kids that, you know, in order to be cool, in order to be a man, you had to be athletic. Which I think now is fucking stupid because you don't have to be athletic to be a man, really. It's really it's really fucking stupid, you know? Yeah. I never, you know, I was one of those kids that thought that, you know, you know, I thought, you know, being you know, an athletic person, you know, what's gonna make you a man? That's why I want to be athletic. Maybe because I liked the girl. I was in love with the girl back then, so I thought that, you know, and that girl was into athletic people. She had an athletic boyfriend. So I wanted to be athletic to impress the girl. Fucking stupid, huh? I was trying to change myself into something I was not, only trying to be with a fucking girl. That at the end of the day, they didn't want to be with me, athletic or not. How fucking stupid is that? I'm not saying the girl is stupid, because she's not stupid. I mean, at the end of the day, it's her decision, what she did and what she made. I'm just saying it's stupid that I'm trying to change myself just for her. You know, but every guy fucking does that shit every time they fell in love. They try to fucking change, you know, themselves. You know. Yeah. I told Ricardo too, you know. Like, I believe it's fucking stupid. Because, you know, if a girl doesn't like you for who you are not, then fuck her. And I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. This is my show, and I have to say whatever I want. I have no limits here. Like Howard Stern. Howard Stern has his own show. He has no limits. You know how? You know, Howard Stern fucking impressed me. You know why? Is this a guy that he didn't took the safe road. He just went out there and just did what he was himself. He got fired 2 times for being himself. You know, he fucked up. But guess what? He is a phenomenal and one of the greatest broadcasters there is in the world. Thanks to him, people like us are right now doing this business. Because he was the one who took it seriously. That's what I'm saying. You know, when I get the best way you can get tough is by failing, because you'll learn by failing. And I fail a lot of times, and I get frustrated as shit. I fail a lot of times, and I get frustrated as shit. I think of myself as a loser. I'm like, I'm a fucking loser, you know? I fell so many times. It's stupid, you know? Sometimes I hated myself for that, you know? I fucking hated myself for that. You know? I hated myself for, you know? Yeah. I hated myself for failing. It was just, yeah, hated it. But guess what? I learned. Like I was telling my father the other day, I learned. Why? Because I'm doing it. Because I'm famous. You do things, you never know if you do this, if you do, you know? You never fucking know if you know, you do. How can I know you're good at it if you don't do it, if you don't try it out? You know? How am I gonna know I'm never good at broadcasting if I've never done it? This is the first time I'm here for the first time in my life. The first years in my life doing this. And guess what? While I'm doing it, I'm failing. But guess what? I'm learning. I'm not saying the Brosketeers podcast. It's the greatest show in the world. Because the hell it's not. But it's not that bad either. And we made mistakes on the show, but we fixed them. We try to improve them. I made mistakes on the show. Sometimes I just go like, oh, what a bad show I did. But guess what? I try to fix it. Try to create a great show. And you can see it on the Brosketeers TV if you watched it. You know, you can see how it has improved. I'm not saying it's the best, and I'm not saying the show doesn't have anything wrong. And then I am doing wrong things, because there's things that I do that I'm like, why do that? It's so wrong. Like that, you know? It's hard for me to not do that. And I try not to do it. But it's hard for me to not do that. You know? Even Howard used to do it. When he first started working on radio, he used to do it. His father was a radio engineer. He told him, don't do that. Guess what? It was hard for him to not do it, but he didn't do it. And he doesn't do it. He gets it on the radio, and he talks, and he doesn't do it. And I'm trying too not to do it, because I don't want to do it. But also, learn from the best. Work hard and learn from the best, and get tougher. You never get tougher if you don't. If you never get tougher, you never learn. You're gonna end up being a pussy. You know? You gotta get tougher. You gotta get tougher. By the way, I want to brought this in the show, and I got a GoPro camera. I bought a GoPro. Probably, like I told you, I'm doing things for shows and stuff. So when I get a computer and stuff, I'll learn how to. When I get a new show, I'll learn how to use this. And I'll do way better edits and better things. GoPro. Really fucking small. Yeah. I can't wait to use it. Also, no sponsorship, but look, you should try those. These are immune system pills. It's not. I'm gonna get it clear. Because I'm sure some of my family members are watching this, because they watch the show and they listen to it. This is not a fucking drug addict pill or whatever. It's just a natural pill. There's an antiviral booster that improves your immune system. It's natural. It doesn't have any the drugs in it, or like it's not even a drug thing, you know. You know, I'm not gonna drink one here right now, because then I'm gonna why is a drug addict? I'm not a drug addict. I'm just taking care of myself. This is better than the COVID vaccine. Look at this. Look at this motherfucker. Better. Thanks to this, I haven't get sick once. Ever since I took this motherfucker, I haven't get sick once. For guys on all podcast platforms, you know, you should use this. Immunofort, natural antiviral booster. Supplement facts. This is drug free. This is drug free. This is not, no, really, drug free. I'll show you the pill. Again, no sponsorship, but I just wanted to show it. So you guys can go buy if you want. You know what I mean? It helps. But no, really, it's drug free. No, seriously. Try it. Try it. It's drug free. Yeah. It's great. I haven't get sick once trying that crap. You know, it's not hot in the studio today. Yesterday was hot as fuck on the studio. Really, my ass was sweaty. It was. I'm watching too much Howard. I'm sorry, man. I love Howard though. It's a great broadcaster. Best broadcaster there is. Why would I not watch him? Right? I want to watch Private Parts. His movie. Talk about his lives. His movie life. You know, his autobiography film. You know, that guy. Greatest. I can't wait to do the documentary on it. I'm gonna do the script tomorrow. I'm gonna start the script tomorrow. Because once I start the script, I get the footage, and once I get the footage, I start the documentary. Yeah. And well, yeah, that's it. I think we're done here, right? It's overtime. Overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the show today. As much as I enjoy doing it for y'all. And I'll see you next Saturday and next Sunday. Thank you for your patience. It's really hard, right? It's really hard because I got to do a lot of stuff, not just podcasting, but and now the school's about to start and before I go, I gotta say, First Institute, the college I'm gonna go to, uh, freaking liked a post I did. Well, a post the podcast did, let's say, because I posted on my story on my Instagram story, a freaking, because they have this new campus for broadcasters and people that want to study filmmaking. Um, with better studio, better area. It's great. And I'm not gonna say where it is because of my privacy. I don't want people to know. Where are you going? It's just none of people's business where I'm going. But I mean, it's a popular college, so you can really go to the institute and First Institute. It'll tell you where it is. But they have they build this new building with the best engineers in Florida of this great campus with a better studio, better stuff for broadcasters who want to study in the digital media, as they call it. With broadcasters and for better studying of broadcasting and filmmaking. It's amazing. I loved it. So I tagged them on the story on my Instagram, saying I can't wait to go study there. Because I'm communicating by email with one of the people that works there. Fred Scott is the name. Mr. Fred Scott. Yeah. And he knows I'm going. I'm sure he's been watching my podcast pretty lately. And yeah, and I tagged them, and they tagged me back. I was really happy. I screenshotted it, and the guys, reposted it on one of my stories. The Brosketeers podcast saw it on my story. They screenshotted it and they posted it on a post they did, congratulating me and stuff. Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. You see, I love you guys back there. I just want you to behave. It's simple. But yes, they commented and they liked it, so I'm sure they already know that I'm going there. I can't wait. I can't wait to learn stuff there, and once I finish there, bro, I'm going straight to radio. I'm not joking. I'm being serious right now. Once I finish studying there, once I graduated, I'm taking my diploma, and I am getting my job at radio. I'll be at radio. No. So, the show is over. Overtime. Just overtime. Fucking advertisement. You know, it gets pretty annoying. I'm telling you, it just. And the bad thing about it is that the thing about it is that I can't do anything. You know, I can't do anything, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I mean, it's over. The show's over, and I'll see you next Saturday and Sunday.
You took my heart, fuck that shit, girl, I don't need it.
And Don't Need Love by 340 Odi, official intro and outro of the Brosketeers podcast.